Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back to the Sea. What do we have on the show today? I got a big box in that says Boots. This comes to us courtesy of the United Kingdoms of Britain. And inside it says, from James, from Son. Now I've sliced this open to remove the address label for privacy. And from Son is some Cadbury Bourneville chocolates and my friend Terry's Chocolate Orange Snowy Crunch. A new favorite. Oh boy. And a bag of minis. Made with real orange oil. And holy crap, the gifts continue. How fat do you want me to be?
Look at my sexy body.
A very Terry Christmas. A very Terry Christmas. A very Terry Christmas. A very Terry Christmas. Wow. Thank you so much for the food. It continues. Cadbury's assortment of many Cadbury bars. Matchmaker's Zingy Orange. Double-decker Cadbury. I'm going to be like 680 pounds by the time this channel gets 100,000 subscribers. Crunchy. I've had these. In an Australian take, it was like a honeycomb bar. I forget the name of it. Thank you for all of these, by the way. Ooh, these look interesting. Cadbury Bourneville. Am I saying that correctly, English people? Giant Buttons Dark Chocolate. Panda Licorice Soft Original, made with natural cougars, colors, and flavors with a U in there. And finally, ooh, these were really good. Curly Whirly Squirrelies. Curly Whirly Squirrelies. They're like a chocolate caramel worm thing. And let me get this. Oh my gosh, there's more. Cadbury. Geez, a whiz. Cadbury Dairy Milk Whole Nut. A big thing of Curly Whirlies. These were so awesome. And a Cadbury Dairy Milk Caramel. Thank you for these. Holy crap. These things are really good. We used to have these in America a long time ago, and I said what the name was. I'll put them right there. This says from Jonathan, the subscriber who shipped this to me. Dude! I don't know where you found these, but thank you so much. 28.37516 PAL crystals. I said in the past I have a bazillion NTSCs 2863636, but 28.37516 PAL crystals I don't have a lot of. I've used them all up. Now I can rock on with the PAL conversions. People ask me in America all the time, why are you converting your Amigas to PAL? Well, modern displays with the solutions that we have, most of your displays can handle a 50 Hertz signal, especially if you're upscaling them through HDMI or a RTG card. A lot of the games and demos, as we know, the Amiga was way more popular in the Eurozone, Germany, United Kingdom, even France, all over the area there. So that's why I went with PAL. Most of the software I use is in PAL. Now, NTSC people, don't fray. You can still run your Amiga in NTSC, and WHD load and demos and things like that, non-bootable disks types, can be set to run in PAL by editing your WHD load prefs in your S directory and just uncommenting the PAL. You do have to move your DOS driver or your monitor driver from storage monitors, PAL, into devs monitors. Copy the PAL over. I make a copy of it, that way I don't just move it there and forget about it and delete it. So this is for Mr. James. I believe this is the repair, unless there's more food in here. We have packing peanuts in another box, material, and a nice handwritten note. 22 of 11s, 24s. This has been here for a bit, and I'm sorry if this is coming out way in the future. I am about 3 months out from the time this is being filmed to the time you're probably going to see it. Hopefully faster. He writes, "Hi Chris, thank you for agreeing to look at this Amiga 3000 motherboard. It has been working at our last Amiga group meeting, the Southwest Amiga group, when I was showing off some first-person shooter games. Unfortunately, after a drive back to sunny Cornwall, it decided to cease thereafter. It is reasonably new to me. The issue is there's a green screen on boot with 9 flashing power flashes. Boot green, and an infinite loop. On operation, the crystal at the back, right under the cables, is a bit loose. There's some corrosion near a CIA. A chip on the leg has been resoldered at one stage. There's the usual sort of repairs around where the Varda battery was. I tried the remaining socketed chip RAM and also the zip RAM. I noticed a pin there was loose. Oh joy. I wish I would have marked it." He drew a little format. The zip front, looking at it, over on this side, he drew a little diagram of the chips. I think that's all. I hope you enjoy the chocolate. Thank you for all that you do for the Amiga community. James in the UK. Greetings and salutations. So, let's take an immediate look here on the desk and then the workbench on the side. This was a redesigned goal here for me, just to have something more presentable. Now, I got my microphone off to the side. I hope it sounds okay. Got a set of Mr. Steve's ROMs inside. Here's our girl. Now, I know you're not going to be able to see much, but I will cover it in the repair. Looks like we have 8 megs of fast RAM. Kel connector has the usual cocaine dust, and I think I'm going to sneeze. There's some dust that came out. So after sneezing 472 times, we have a very ancient CIA. We have a newer CIA. Super DMAC 02, Ramsey 4, Super Buster 07, 68030, 25, Varda battery. Oh no. Oh no. So instead of someone putting sockets on this machine, they removed the sockets and soldered the green Denise and Paula right to the freaking motherboard. Ran a new resistor, some Bodge wires to a resistor pack. Oh god. Yeah. So I'm gonna, oh god, we got the interrupt 2 mod. No, I thought it was interrupt 2 mod. There's a massive green CPU pin. If this is the INT2 mod, it's supposed to go to a CIA chip. Not your riser board unless you're using it as a bridge. Somebody's replaced the pegs and elevated them extensively. Like they're a peg where the crystal goes into the peg, and that peg is soldered to the board. That way it's replaceable. They're rubber lined, and sometimes they're a pain in the ass. Alright, so the Denise and Paula are green. Literally green, and we're soldered right back on the board. That's just epic. Let's get it on the bench and take a look. Let's take a look at this Denise. So she's soldered on the board, and they soldered her on green. So here we have some greening on the chips. Also here, and in the back is, whoops, back's dark chocolate. And a little bit right here you can't really see. Paula, you can see some green, it's masking. She looks okay. I'm going to have to try and leave that one alone. Problem when you solder a chip directly to these boards, mainly it's because you got busted rings. Now this greening is from I don't know when. Don't know when. So I'm not even going to fire it up because I know it's green screening. Owner tested all the RAM. I'm still going to toss it in the BackBit and test that. The Denise, we will retest again. I'm going to replace the crystal with one of the ones that were donated by Mr. Jonathan. Thank you so much for those, because they're hard to come by in America, where Jesus lives. Thank you so much for that. They're always helping a fat guy out. Okay, so the prism bracelet's on. We're going to fire up the WEP 982 Precision Soldering Station. I'm going to add some solder, like I always do, to the bottom of this chip, not a socket, hoping to God that the heat doesn't murder it. And I go 800 degrees Fahrenheit on the stick, and it heats up so fast. This is a precision, but it's a chisel tip. You can put some water in here too, and it'll let you cool your tip and scrub it off. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. It's a chisel tip. So we're going to flip her over on her side here. This is a nice silicone mat. I'm going to add some solder to Denise. This solder extraction should be no problem for the 980 whatever 3D3 solder station remover sucker from WepTools. It has extremely powerful lips. She could suck a golf ball through a garden hose or the chrome off a trailer hitch. Knew a couple ladies liked it. Alright, so solder's been added. We're going to turn this off. Let it cool down. I've received some comments that the cutscenes are stupid. Nobody likes them. To which I replied,
fuck them, that's why.
16,800 people do. So if you like the cutscenes and you think they're funny, how I try to inject humor into boring electronics repair, please comment down below. I'm okay for constructive criticism.
I can relate.
Because I'm not on a socket. I'm doing this by looking at the viewfinder, which I'm not that very good at. I like to let this cool sideways because all the snot runs down on the side. Then you just take it out and you flick that spring and it all falls to the ground. I'm going to give it the old finger flick on the legs.
Daddy?
The reason I'm doing the finger flick is so I can see if it comes out, and then one tap and we should be able to pull the chip out. I'll tell you, WepTools, look at that. Smooth. And freaking green. Okay, we got the Denise out. She's got some beef in her teeth. Mr. Jonathan says, I think the chocolate weighed more than the board in shipping, and I bet it did. The BackBit got an update to support the zip RAM. Holy crap. Works. Alright, Denise. This is 8373. Failed one test.
Membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
It is green as the dungeon. Let's clean it and see if she passes again. With this plastic dip here, this green acid is into the chip.
It's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
I'm trying to scrape it at the baseline of the P-dip's top and bottom halves just to see if it's, and it's bad. I thought it was, oh, maybe they put solder mask on the chip. It ain't no solder mask. I don't know if this is going to fix her, because it might have went inside. Failed 2 tests now. Damn it, Jim. Why is my machine not working? Alright. Time to raid the stocks. I think the acid went up in from the legs. Alright, so this girl's not responding. Here's another Denise replacement. And passed all tests. Green is good. So with that, I need to do the socket itself because this area looks like not good. Hooper's Hooch. 48 pin socket. Now I pulled a socket out for Paula because you know daggone well I'm going to have to put one in there too. And I prefer actual sockets, like sockets. Not SIL turn pin sockets. While they're great, one and done, when you're swapping chips out, it's always an issue. So I'm going to run the fiberglass pen over this because these don't look good. There is something down in the Agnes. Just the dust bunny. You clean the top, I gotta clean the bottom. Oh my goodness, wait till you see the color of this crap. dookie. So there's numerous bodge wire fixes here and there. Battery post is entirely too high, so we are going to Loreana that down to a human level. There we go. Took about that much off of the peg. Dog hair, that's free. With the Precision line of WepTools, you can get small balls directly in the holes.
That's what she said.
I mean, this is a great lineup. Precision tools for electronics repair. Now, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to try not to be in your way. I'll do this side, so I'll do it above so you can see. Look at that. Now, I'm on a chiseled tip, but you know, it's just so precise. This line of WepTools is really great. You just have fine control over your surface. That's a ground plane, so she's a little big there. Beautiful. There you go. Here's a new Denise. But there's a lot of wire work underneath of there on the corners of death. I got it hooked up, ATX power converter. Move your jumper J350 to VSync. And this is probably not going to work because it needs a crystal. If anything, it's going to either red screen. This is loose as a goose. I'll hold my finger on it. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Whoa. And green screen, just as described. Cool. For my next trick, we're going to pop these kickstarts out. Jonard IC Extractor EX2. Part link in the description. Oh my god, that was looser than Pam Anderson after Tommy Lee. Alright, so we're going to be using my serial. It's a USB adapter. Alright, so on the PC, I'm going to open up Putty. Alright, here we go. Diagram is, oh shit. Yeah. We have a busted line somewhere else.
God damn it!
Somebody's got a busted line. OVL is okay. UDS, LDS, okay, failed. So we're getting okay, but we're failing. So this happened last time when she starts to write looking for RAM. So we're going to let her run. What will happen is this will search endlessly for memory to run diagram on. You're going to see green and red flashing lights. If you have epilepsy, look away. This will run through the entire RAM range and say, can't find any RAM, system halted. And that's it. We're getting some double address weirdness here. That's cool. So it has no chip RAM. So do I have mouse? I have no mouse. I have, let's go CIAs. Okay, let's see the IRQs. Frozen. IRQ1 locks up. I'm still wondering what the hell that mod wire is. We need the reagnes, guys. We need the reagnes. Okay, so I'm back from the border. And, yeah. I'm going to have to take the pole out, too. And I'm going to have to start looking for trace breaks. Oh, we got one good block. It's just digging for any RAM. So we have one good block of RAM of 8 megs, which is what's on the board, which is fine. We got a bad chip. We got a bad chip somewhere in the lower address space. That sucks.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
There we go, 2047 and 0K. So it looks like we got 2 bad chips that I can see. Oh my god, why is this so slow now? This new firmware makes it dirt slow. Now, out of these 16 chips, 2 are bad, so I don't know which one's gonna go, but keep testing them until we can figure out which one is the bad one. It takes like 30 seconds per chip. I'm gonna throw some deoxit down Agnes. Just fill her up. Run my finger around the outside to push the lube into her hole. Same thing for Ramsey. This stupid microphone has died again. So audio tests are not working. And it's blinking battery. Audio tester not working. Paula needs to come out and be socketed. RAM tested, all good, except for one chip, which I marked with an X. Phone just died again. Sorry, have to use the regular mics. Batteries, just this was like not even 2 hours. It's not a scratch, that is a wire. I think it's interrupt 2 mod, but it's going to the wrong place, or it's a bridge. Jesus, there's another bodge wire at the tip of my crusty finger. So here we go again on another socket. Add solder, suck it out. Don't need to show you. I'm just going to blip back when it's done. Found another break every single time. Somebody plugs a serial into the SCSI or a SCSI into the serial because they're the exact same port, and they blow the line. Got it. Okay. Now, let's remove Paula. Let that cool down again. Do the finger wiggle. Breaks the chip free and make sure all your legs are detached. This should come right out. Black and green. See all the crust at the top there? Black rusted tinge. Some of them are good, but shit. Alright. Let's take out the back bit. So right here in your wonderful land of battery, this diode right here it is, they put this thing on with another diode and ran it to RP180, which is, so they could have just went like right there or right there to the capacitor, not ran your own line and connected it right here. I don't know what in God's earth that is, so now I have to fix someone else's F just to get the Paula lines repaired. Under here it's all got green solder mask. Alright, if I press on it real hard, it beeps. So the ring is broke here, but it works here. That's why they soldered the chip in. You see that ring right there, blinking in pink. So right here, I have it. But all of this, I don't. So instead of fixing that, they shoved the chip in there and soldered it to the line. And that runs down to a little test point here. Underneath, where they put this massive double diode on a diode, and they're opposite of each other, so it does nothing. So the diode points, they're pointing to each other, so they don't do a damn thing. So this is what takes 2 hours. Touch your first pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beep. Yes, that one's working. So that's 2. Great. And I have to do this whole chip. And I gotta do Denise too. Because all of this is tore up right here. This entire area is just utter garbage. Rubbish. Isn't this fun? And you see how some go to Agnes and the RAM? Oh my God, why would it not work? And Gary?
Who is this Gary character?
Crimson Glory. This is going to take me all night. Good morning, it's 8:08 a.m. That was fun. That's Paula. Then I gotta do Denise, but I'm gonna put a socket in Paula in the meantime. Okay, let's put the Agnes back in. Let's check it. Looks clear. Thank God, because I don't have any of these, and finding an 8372B. So we're gonna put the RAM back in, the chip RAM back in, and replace the one that's been broken. So now, one of these other ones is bad, but it could have been an address line on the crusty Paula. Still wasn't liking the Denise lines. I did find that broken ring. Did I fix the wire? I don't think I did. Look at that. Look what we got on the screen, guys. Holy crap. We don't have a CPU, but we got 1 mega chip and 8 megs of fast.
You son of a bitch.
Same chip, so it's going to be one of the lower ones We do have a mega chip. I'm going to just cancel this. So some more of these guys down the bottom are bad. How do we find out which one? That's where my stacking method comes into play. Our CIAs are okay. I'm liking it that I have chip RAM. I don't have a CPU, so that means usually UDS, LDS are not working. That's the little talking upper data stream, lower data stream that lets you know what kind of machine you got in here. But we got greens across the board except CPU, FPU. It's no bad Paula because the stuck keys at boot. We have audio. We have display. We have 2 megs of unused chip. Alright, so we tested. We got a meg good, meg bad. Let me turn this off. Also, our replacement chip, whoops, replacement chip passed also. Now, I'm just going to stack it, and I'm going to put this in the dip chip straightener, retrorewind.ca. You can get yours today. And they look like this. I have one left. Frank sent me a bunch to give out. There you go. You just squeeze it together. Really good quality. This is what I mean by stacking, and I've shown this before. Sorry for my multimeter and all my shit everywhere. You basically stick the chip over top of the other one, line up its legs. The legs are lined up over the top of the other legs. That's called stacking. Now, I would do that to all 8. Back up. Come on, back up. I would do that to all 8. But I'm going to test my math. Turn this back on. And that's not the chip. So, I'm going to try my Korean math and move it to the top. That's it. Alright. So, come on. I don't know what's going on with my camera. There we go. So, that left bank is the right chip. So, we read them from left to right, but backwards. Alright, so that's our bad chip. I'm going to let it run with a stacked chip, and we're going to make sure it works okay. Turn it on. UDS, LDS is now working. All 4 buffers. Normal diagram screen. Memory detection is working. All good. 6830, 2 mega chip. Let's see if I can run a graphics test now. This is basic. I haven't replaced the RAM chip. You will have random results because that chip might be totally bad, and the stacked chip is taking over the load, piggybacked, and doing the circuit and the circuit RAM, CAS, RAS, address lines, everything. Or that original RAM chip could sort of work, and your good one is going to F with it. It's gonna, your results will vary, but you can see it's a quick way to save your bacon and at least see. So I'm not getting everything on it, and this never. I don't have a keyboard, so I've turned it off. So that's what I mean by not totally working. It works enough to basic functionality test. Getting into the advanced graphics tests, it might do the scroll. Did you see it? See how it's freaking out? It's not perfect because it is running into the RAM issue, and you see how it's just freaked out and locked up. That's part of the stacking issue. So I'm really hitting the RAM to test it, and that the original RAM chip is partially still working. The stacked RAM chip is completing the functions, but when I really hit it on the graphics test where it's going to roll through that chip RAM, might do RGB, maybe. Yeah, it'll do RGB. You saw it flip, but any complex action like a scroll, watch it, it's going to hit the RAM and it's going to veg out. So, we know what RAM chip it is. We had 2 bad RAM chips, bad Paula, and a bad Denise. I don't know how the hell that happened. I want to see if the P2 from Thermal Master can detect the excessive heat in that RAM chip and let me know if it's really bad. I don't know if you've seen my review of the P2. It's the world's smallest thermal camera for your iPhone or Android device. And look, it shows you right there. Can you see? Fuck, put my finger on it. Look at that. 1 bad RAM chip. These, nice and cool. Well, warming up, but Can you tell which RAM chip is bad? Chris, you freaking idiot. Why didn't you use the thermal camera to begin with?
That's your brain trying to comprehend its own stupidity.
Because I forgot about it until I looked at the box. You got the Thermal Master verifies what my stacking primitive method verified. Again, thank you, Thermal Master, for making the world's smallest and the best thermal camera. If I did the review of this already, go check that out. This thing's epic. If you haven't seen it, it'll be coming out soon, I guess. My videos are not in any specific order of release. It's basically what I edit that day. I'm usually several months behind. Okay, then I put the RAM socket in. For the crystal, there's a 14-pin socket. The reason I use a 14-pin socket is because it is the perfect size for a crystal. But you just pop out or center legs here, and when you're done, you have something that looks like this. 4 teeth. You have a crystal socket. We have a, where am I? A socket for the RAM chip. Socket for Denise and Paula, new Denise and new Paula, or replacement Denise and Paula. Crystal on a socket. Now if you really were concerned about her length, you could trim the legs down for a flush fit. I like to leave them a little long because if something ever happens, you can trim a little bit off the toenail. So here we go. This is a repaired Amiga 3000. This screen is static from the last time, so here we go. Energize. This monitor should come on in a second. All okay. There we go. Diagram loads. 6830, 2 megs of chip, 8 megs of fast. Bob's your uncle.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
That's freaking awesome. You live again. But let's take diagram out. So these are Amiga kickstarts. And here we go. Kickstart 3.2. Should appear. This is a PAL unit, so you're going to see some raster lines. And there you go. Another Amiga's been saved. Chris, why the hell is it purple or burgundy? Because there's no boot device. If I hook up a GoTech, now that we have a boot device in the GoTech, nothing in it, we get the purple screen. Let's boot ATK and run her through her paces. So we got memory. Okay, so we're at 5.2. That's good. Controller ports, left, right. Yeah, so we're going to do the audio. Perfect with a new Paula. Video, RGB, perfect. Checkerboard, pixel and checkerboard alternating, which my monitor corrects. Well, it's sort of alternating. It corrects flicker. We'll do the parallel first. Green is good. Red is bad. Green is good. I fixed that wire. Serial test. Now that diagram's on there, we know serial's working. DIAs. Timers. 50 hertz. This is a Zulu SCSI external. GoTech out. Turn this on. The self-powered Zulu SCSI external should load Workbench 2. And I don't have a 60 to 40 library, and I will get a buffer error. I need to take that out. 2. And there we go. Kickstart 2 on a 3.2 ROM, 47.111. So there we go. Another Amiga has been saved. By the time this comes out, Mr. James should have it back in the United Kingdoms of Great Britain and be enjoying it once again. Thank you, Mr. James and your son, for the immense gifts of all of the chocolates and British bits. I ate all of the curly whirlies, like all of them. So if you'd like to help me to continue to fight the good fight and save all of the Amigas that I can for free, please consider joining my Patreon. I don't charge people to repair their Amigas. I just foot the bill with the help of you guys. It helps me afford the chips, the parts, the tools, and the time it takes to repair these puppies. So far, we have saved is 311, and this one is now 312. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Mr. James and Mr. Jonathan, for your crystals and the chocolates, Mr. James, and your son, too. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your repaired Amiga. Thanks for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.
Yo, it's Big Snoop D.O. Double Gizzle. Just a friendly reminder, Subscribe to this boy right here, help save them Amigas. Join the Patreon and help this man keep on saving diesels.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?